All right, go read verse 20, sis.
Matthew 6 and verse 20 reads, "But lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal."
Come, right?
Mhm.
So far, we've been reading it in Matthew. YaSharAhLa pretty much giving you the mind of the Most High. The Most High don't want you to, be out there trying to get attention and trying to get recognition for what you're doing. People honoring you for fasting, feeling sorry for you because you're starving and you're thirsty, all these things. No, Most High don't want you being like that. When you giving alms, when you giving charity, right? Most High, you don't have to be sitting out there being put on a pedestal. Oh, God bless you, brother. Do that. That's a personal thing, right? It's times where I give a brother something. They say thank you. You know, all right. I'm glad that you're thankful. It's that's polite. But I don't need the extra stuff. I'm not, doing this, to somebody to see me. And a lot of time I try to do it as a secret. I don't want nobody to see me giving things. I do it not to be seen at all. Uh, I got a few more scriptures I'm gonna run through. It's just I want you to jump into. You can go to the Apocrypha, Sirach, the third chapter, and we're gonna start at verse 20. It's 20. Yeah.
Come. Mhm. No, sorry.
Hang on, let me see if I should start a little before that.
Yeah, I have it starting at 20 as well.
Come, yes, like start at 20.
Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, the third chapter, and verse 20. It reads, "For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly."
Keep reading.
Keep reading. Okay.
Yeah.
"Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength."
Come, right? You got scientists that want to discover this and want to figure out how did this come to be. Our people don't believe. Oh, I don't believe. That man did this or man did that. You know, well, not man Slock. I don't believe that the Most High did these things. Was you there to see the earth when it was created? Was you there to see the first blade of grass come out the ground? Nobody sees it. You got some people into the conscious community. They'll say nobody knows where wisdom started or who got the first batch of knowledge, wisdom, and all that. You tell them, the Most High, of course. Uh, was you there when the Most High told the first person, these, how you know these people existed? That's like saying 100 years from now, let's say 200 years from now, somebody's saying, hey, speaking of on this very day, we on this lesson, it was, back in 2016, February the 7th, at 5:09, it was Q, Moses, Rob, some sisters on the platform. They was speaking about these scriptures and stuff. You know, now if we was there, we would know. Hey, this definitely happened. It's not nothing. But people like to play, kind of play games and stuff, man. When it comes to the Father, you know, everything you see in the scriptures, as far as going back to the beginning, the creation, we see the creations. That's not even a question. We see the creations. You know, the Bible's encompassing and giving everything before the creation, during the creation, you know, life being created. The Most High, like it says in I think it's in Psalms, like it says in Psalms, how the Most High knew all your parts, every member of your body, before you was even born. Most High know exactly what you're gonna look like. You're gonna be bald headed, you're gonna be tall, short, you know, muscular, out of shape. How you gonna turn out? The Most High knows it. Kind of. Okay. Keep reading. Just read down to. Just keep reading. I think we can stop at 20, but keep reading down.
Okay. Ecclesiasticus, the third chapter and verse 21. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret.
Kind of right. It's some things Most High don't want you to see this. Right. Most High didn't put everything out there for you. I said we know more than enough. Most High gave man what he wants them to have. All the extra stuff people try to do, want to discover this, want to discover that, it's gonna get you nowhere. And a lot of people would do that just to disbelieve in the Most High. And I speak towards our people. A lot of our people, they leave the church. Hey, you say all these good things about the word, word of God, but I'm not saying no blessings. How do we know God did this? How do we know God did that? It's not for us to question those things. Keep going, sis.
Um, Verse 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand.
God, like something like I said, ain't necessary to do all of that. I don't know if y'all know about Galileo. I think it's either him or somebody before him started trying to develop what we know today as telescopes. Because though they already knew the stars, planets and stuff was out there, they had to see it with their own eyes. This is where our people adapt this foolishness. We gotta see them, right? We gotta go out there, find Mars and Pluto and Jupiter. We gotta find all these planets. And a lot of time people do that to try to disprove the word. That's the purpose of it. The scriptures is real, but you want to challenge it. That's why the Most High don't want us doing it because that's a challenge to the Most High. The Most High Yahweh would say, "Hey, look, I did all of these things. I created this. I created that. Where is this at? We ain't seen it. You got man still trying to find a God in Eden. Then you got
Look,
so, go ahead.
talk, yeah. Yeah, but remember, this was a bet to the other nations that if they can search out the heaven, he would um get rid of the
Come,
children of Israel
come.
from
I
being
remember.
his chosen nation. Right? In Jeremiah, was it 33 and 35, something like that.
Come.
So,
Yeah,
so yeah, they taking that bet.
and, and also it's foolishness. That is true, and it's also foolishness because the Most High know daggone well they can't find it.
Yeah,
It can't figure it out. So it's kind of like in a way the Most High put them in the trick bag, send them on a wild goose chase. But that's why I always say it's not for us to do those things. Like we ain't supposed to be in the zodiac signs or none of that. We're not supposed to be trying to find out the constellations and connect this to this and measure up to say, well, these things all equal this, and you see this little constellation right here, this mean that, or you use this birth symbol, or you that symbol, and the Scorpio and the Pisces don't do this, and Eric, all that's foolishness, man. We left it to the other nations to do that. But it seemed like more now today, we get more wrapped up into it than they are, you know. And like you said, Moses, the Most High did put that challenge out there. And it's like you telling your child something, you know they can't figure it out. And it's like you just got them on that wild goose chase. You say, man, I give you $1,000 if you can figure this out, you know, because really and truly, there is no direct answer of those things. That's the funny part about it, because man has been trying to develop ships, to do some things, crazy things. Look how they tried to make that submarine to get down there to go see the Titanic. and what happened to them, or how they found the ark and they can't even move it, though they were going there to take pictures and stuff. Right? It's things that the Most High don't want to be done. If the Most High don't want it to be done, it's not gonna happen. I know with the last solar eclipse, Esau shot a missile when the eclipse opened up, and they put something on it to track it to see if they can measure the heavens. I don't know if you remember that, Moses. They did that recently.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, look it up. They shot a missile when the eclipse happened. They shot a missile as soon as the eclipse opened because it's actually like a portal, but it doesn't stay open that long. So and I think they did it a few times. It's just this time they kind of publicized it that they was going to do that to try to figure it out. But that's like I said, me knowing the scriptures and understanding certain things, it's like that's foolishness to me. You really think you going to get to the Most High? Same thing with the Tower of Babel. You really think we're gonna reach the heavens? Come on. Even when NASA sent spaceships through the ozone layer and floating out in space, there you'll be floating forever. You'll die before you get with probably within 100 million, 100 billion miles of heaven. You'll never ever get that close. The Most High will literally have to bring you there if He wants you to Himself. Besides that, ain't no getting to the heavens. Like they say, it's the third, fourth dimension. You're not reaching that. But what they do, they can keep making these ships and trying to blast themselves there, super speed this, faster than the speed of sound, faster than the speed of light. All this nonsense to try to defy the Most High. That's the word I was looking for earlier. That's why the Most High say, man, look, He don't want us doing these things. Even in Jeremiah, he said he gave all of those things for the other nations to look at. In Jeremiah the 10th chapter, right? He let them be dismayed at it. The heathens are dismayed at it. Let them go follow the stars and stuff. Israel, you can listen to me. But keep going, sis.
Okay, verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment.
Come on, right? Own vain opinion. Like people nowadays don't really deal with facts. It's all in what they think, right? Our vain thoughts mean nothing. More than half the things people say they believe on, they can't even explain it. You got people that follow Egyptology. You ask them about certain stuff about Egypt, they don't have a clue what they're talking about. They just know how to make it sound good. But they speak, elaborate. They put those big words in there, and they have you just wow, because you don't know yourself. You're like, oh, it's so amazing. I didn't know that, brother. Could you tell me more? Yeah, and Egypt, they was the cradle of this, and they knew everything, and they was the first this and the first that. Brother, where you get this from? I want to see something. Same thing people do with the Babylonian Empire, or just let me say Babylon in general. Some people think they really know. They follow in vain. I say they can't explain it. When the scriptures speak about a lot of these things, it goes deep into it. It tells you about these different empires, what they represented, what they was about. Right? So you gotta remember, man, we can't lean on our own vain opinions. Like I say, lean out on your own understanding. You can't follow what you think. We gotta be fact orientated. Keep going. As a matter of fact, read verse 24 again and read down.
Verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment.
Come, keep
With,
going.
without eyes thou shalt want light. Profess not the knowledge, therefore, that thou hast not.
Come, keep going.
A stubborn heart shall fare evil at the last, and he that loveth danger shall perish therein.
Come. right? In some
Okay.
scriptures you read them, it's not everything you got to explain in the Bible. And I noticed I've seen some people they want to explain every little detail. Some things just plain to see, man. No explanation needed. Keep going, sis.
An obstinate heart shall be laden with sorrows, and the wicked man shall heap sin upon sin.
Come on, keep going.
In the punishment of the proud there is no remedy, for the plan of wickedness have taken root in him.
Come on. This is a major point that I'm bringing out here. Read that one more time, sis.
Verse 28 reads, in the punishment of the proud there is no remedy, for the plant of wickedness hath taken root in him.
Come on. Right. One of the things the Most High hates is a proud heart. Tell you that in Proverbs. Most High don't like you don't like pride. Be prideful for nothing, man. Right? It says, for the plant of wickedness had taken root in them. Ain't no change in them. And we know we went over this too. Some people was created to be wicked and evil. They can't change. But the Most High made crooked, you can't straighten out. People that even like that, their minds is corrupt. Their mind, that's the way they was made to be. There is ain't no turning that around. Right? It might sound, weird and strange to some, but the Most High made some people wicked. Right? He uses them to do his bidding, and then when it's all said and done, the Most High deals with them. You take them out. But there are
Mm-hmm.
people, no matter what, they cannot change. You couldn't pay them to change. Ain't no bribes in them trying to be good or try to do something other than what they've been doing. Right? You got people that they say the Most High send some folks strong delusions. Hey, you want to believe this? You want to follow this? By all means, go ahead. You cast it on them. Look how the Most High did with Pharaoh. He hardened his heart multiple times just to punish him. No, that's a power you can't compete with. That's a power you can't outthink. No, you can't beat the Most High chess checkers on any game. I couldn't imagine, myself trying to do what the Most High do, send plagues and stuff. But we know through technology, you saw he tried to use technology to do those things. How they got these devices in the sky where they shoot down like bolts of lightning, right? And part of the reason why they built that stuff is to go to war with the angels. They really think they
Mm-hmm.
got a chance to win. And Most High gonna show all of us, man. When it's time for the Most High to throw his hands up and box with them, it's it's gonna be an easy victory. But we gotta be thankful to the Most High, and we want to always pray and thank the Most High constantly, and ask him never to put that root of wickedness in us. Because if that comes inside of you, you become like that, man. There is no changing. It's stuck. And personally, I believe those that are straight set on wickedness. It's already etched in stone. Nothing they can do. That's a wrap. Right? Read that verse one more time, sis.
Verse 28, in the punishment of the proud there is no remedy, for the plant of wickedness hath taken root in him.
Right? And this bring me
Mm-hmm.
right back to what I think we was in First Chronicles when the Most High gave the man an incurable disease. There was no remedy for him. Nothing could be done. That's it. It was for him to be punished, destroyed, and that was a wrap for him, man. I mean, you read down some more, sis. Go to verse 29.
And okay, verse 29 reads, the heart of the prudent will understand a parable, and an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man.
Keep reading.
Water will quench a flaming fire, and alms maketh an atonement for sins. And he that requiteth good turns and mindful of that which they come hereafter. And when he falleth, he shall find a stay.
God, right? So it's it's things that we should stick to and be focused on for one, and we gotta be mindful when it comes to seeking out wisdom and knowledge. We got to be able to decipher, what's really knowledge, because not everything that sounds good or that adds up to something, even things you might do to make money, don't make it a good thing, right? We got to want to desire those ears of a wise man, right? So that's when you hear stuff, you got discernment. That's one thing a lot of people don't have these days. The internet is destroying a lot of our people, especially our children. They see something, they hear something, they don't even have a clue what's going on, but it sounds entertaining, it sounds fun to them, right? They don't have them ears of wisdom, right? They want to desire the opposite of what they should go to, right? I know when I was back in school, a lot of programs they have now they didn't have back then. Now it's like this kingdom is pretty much they put a career in your hand for nothing, for free. And children are so fascinated with trying to do other stuff, sticking to the internet to make money and do stuff. And some people they make money doing certain type of channels and pages. But a lot of those things got expiration dates on them. Look at I forgot that site, but there was a site where they'll go in there and post little ads. They do this, they do that. Eventually, it got shut down. All of this perversion and oppressive things. Even when it come to hustlers and stuff like that. Ain't no more standing on these corners no more. And none of that stuff was good to do, anyway in the first place. And a lot of those people that live lifestyles like that, as soon as they get money coming, as it comes in, it goes right out. People don't think like that. Right? Verse 28, man. And the punishment of the proud, right? There is no remedy. Nothing could be done, right? For the root of wickedness. Just like it talk about, I think that's in Matthew 2, when the seed that's planted on that's on the surface, it's easy to just be blown away. You got to get that good seed that's deeply rooted, that takes holes in that good soil, sprouts out, not the evil wickedness. Like you have this my grandfather used to tell me this, man. When he was young coming up, his grandfather would say, "Hey man, that kid's a bad seed." Other words, saying it's nothing that can be done with him. That's the way he's just gonna be forever. And it's amazing that you see like a child certain way, no matter what you do, discipline, talking to him, taking places, trying to buy him stuff, trying to be kind. Some of them are just like that, man. There's nothing you could do with them. We pray and we hope these things don't fall on our children. It's not good. It's not an honorable thing. But if the Most High has you set up to be that way, it's nothing that could be done. Uh, I had one more scripture, actually two more. Jump into Proverbs. I think it's Proverbs 21.
Okay.
Yeah, Proverbs 21
Okay.
and verse. Guess you could jump into verse 16.
All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, and verse 16 reads, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead."
Kind right? And this is like you know right. It's about understanding. You know right, but you choose to go ahead and go to the congregation of the dead. You want to be contrary to what you already know that's right. Like a person that had a good upbringing, or let's say somebody that come from money, they don't ever have to steal, they don't have to sell drugs, they don't have to do none of that stuff. But they end up going out there anyway to want to do that. And they had all the tools, everything that they needed to keep themselves on the right track. But they start seeing the ways of the world as fun, entertaining, so they want to become a part of it. They want to be in the in crowd, as my folks would say. You want to be a follower. So you leave your good mannerisms and everything on the table. You go out there, you pick up all these bad habits. Come in that congregation of the dead. Okay, reading, sis.
Verse 17 reads, He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich.
Yeah, right. And like again, it's not saying you can't drink wine. You can't have nice things. You can't do nothing with your money. You can't enjoy the fruits of your labor. Just talking excessively. Like some people, they gotta always have that drink. As the money come in, they gamble and drink it up. It's gone. Just like that. Like it's like you never had a dime. I know a lot of us probably used to make good money, blue money. I've done it myself. I make some good money, burn money. Now it's like, oh man, I wish I had this. It's all about, trying to have all the fun. Like you missed out on something in life, but that's not the way we should be.